Hi, it's Vishali here. I'm at Cobham. I've just been to Antonio Conte's press conference ahead of Chelsea's game with Bournemouth, where he revealed that Victor Moses is fit and available for selection. I think that's going to be a massive boost for Conte because, of course, the last two games where Victor Moses hasn't been available to play because of that toe injury, he's had to make a lot of changes to that right wing-back row and indeed to his right flank. I mean, against Crystal Palace, you saw Pedro start in the right wing-back row with Cesc Fabregas, actually, which was a bit of a surprise, playing on the right wing against Manchester City, which ended in a 2-1 win for Chelsea. Conte decided to have Azpilicueta as his right wing-back, a move that actually works a lot, and it kind of makes sense because Azpilicueta, of course, he's obviously very good defensively, so he can do the defending, the bits of that he has to do on the flank when he has to track back. But he's also got the pace to go forward and launch attacks. And you saw how he was involved in Hazard's goal against Manchester City, so it paid off. But in that game, because Conte felt that Chelsea was suffering in midfield, he decided to move Azpilicueta back into the defence for the second half and have Pedro as a right wing back. But it looks likely that Moses is going to take back up his right wing back role for the trip to Bournemouth. The Chelsea players actually have just left. I just saw them boarding their coach, and they've just left for that game. It's a game that Conte has said is going to be tough. Bournemouth have won their last two games in the league at home, and of course they secured that 2-2 draw against Liverpool at Anfield in midweek, so they're going to be quite confident. But for Chelsea, they haven't got any major injuries, so that's going to be a boost for them. Now, a lot of people were asking me about what I thought about that Man City game. Now, one thing obviously I thought was quite interesting was, of course, the wing-back role and how Conte has adapted to having to play different players there. Another thing I thought was quite interesting was the fact that Chelsea continued to concede goals. Now, against City, it was Courtois who made that error when he attempted to clear the ball but sent it straight to David Silva. David Silva set up Sergio Aguero for the goal. It means that Chelsea haven't kept a clean sheet in the league since late January, and that's going to be, I think, a bit of a worry for Conte because after he first switched to a 3-4-3 formation, they let in only a handful of goals. The key thing for Chelsea, though, is that they've got the firepower up front, and that's what's winning them the games. Now, one person who hasn't scored in recent weeks is Diego Costa. Now, he's only scored 3 Premier League goals since the beginning of the season, beginning of the year rather, and 4 in all competitions. Conte was asked about Costa. You can see what Conte thinks about Costa's mini rut later on when all the news sort of press conference stuff comes out. But I think the Bournemouth game is going to be a big test, especially because Chelsea will already know how Spurs will have done by the time they kick off.